Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T92. It's the American Tier 8 Premium Light Tank. And this one is located on the attacking spawn on the northeast side of Karelia. This is an assault battle. And the name of the commander is the Bassman from Hell. Yes, he's at it again. Normally he's in an Arty, but on this occasion he's taking out an American light tank. So this should be a bit of fun.
Let's get this show on the road.
Okay, they're off. Well, he's headed off towards the swamp area, which is quite a good trick actually for light tanks. I like to go into the swamp area as well. On assault battles it's actually quite useful on the attacking or the defending side. And he doesn't appear to have anybody in sight except that IS-3 in the north. It's got a 76mm gun. It's got penetration of 175mm, alpha damage of 150. Oh, he's fired one round out. Now the worry, of course, is if you fire a round, you might get detected, and if you are detected, you'll attract the attention of a lot of enemy. IS-3's in the centre. The ideal thing is actually get to the ramp, which is in grid square D4. Quickie Baby's ramp actually. And if you can get in there, then you can spot a lot of the enemies in the defending area. And there's a couple of tanks further down, the P-43 and the T-3485. Now, I don't think they spotted him, but that 12-ton, that AMX 12-ton was double bushed effectively, so when he fired, he wasn't spotted. Of course, if he is spotted, he'll probably know from the number of incoming shells. Okay, he's using the bushes. They're carefully arranged in here. In fact, it's actually quite useful, quite easy to get close, but he will be proxy spotted. Yes, he was proxy spotted. In fact, actually, I think he was spotted because he came out from behind the bushes. And I think the IS-3 could see him then. But that IS-3 is getting a lot of attention from Arty at the moment. And I think he's going to try and pop up and put a round into the IS-3. Yes, he does. But he gets hit in return for 352. He's got a better reload than the IS-3. But his second shot also failed. And he's had his fuel tanks damaged. As you know, that means you're more susceptible to a fire. If you get hit again. Oh, Arty takes out the IS-3. That's good. That was actually the FV207 who got the kill. Right, now he can pop up and go into the bushes and have a good look round to see if he can spot any more of the enemy. And there doesn't appear to be anybody yet. But I'm sure there are people there. Yep, there is. There's an IS-2. And he was spotted, so he's going to have to pull back again. Of course, the big worry is that you will get hit by an Arty round coming down into this dip. And you can see where the round actually hit him. It did hit him on the rear, glancing straight into the engine bay. No wonder it took out its fuel tanks. Oh, that IS-2 is taking a pummeling. He is really getting hammered. Oh, and he's gone. He's been taken out as well. And it was the 40 TP who got him. Now, it's one thing I've always wondered actually, and probably Wargaming would answer this one, is if you actually do get hit in the fuel tanks, why don't you run out of fuel? Why doesn't it immobilize the tank after a limited period of time? You know, maybe they ought to add that as a mechanic. You get hit in the fuel tanks. If you repair them, then obviously you can carry on for slightly longer. But, oh, gets around into the Oni. And I wonder actually there, did he hit the fuel tank? Or did he set fire to it? Because there was a small amount of damage that came off directly after he fired. And that may have been a fuel fire, which was extinguished. Mind you, it might have been announced if there had been a fire. And he's popping up again. And every time he pops up, it makes it easier for the team to spot him. And he's got more spotting damage. He's now up to 3.2k of spotting, or nearer to 3.3k of spotting damage. Now, he's getting close to the point now where he can actually start wandering around, and yes, he's going to do that. He's going to pop up and try and find them by scouting around, do the quick ambush kill, you know, drive around the back like this, find an SU-100, pointing the wrong way and start putting rounds into them. Oh, there's a 40 TP over there guarding that SU-101, and he's managed to get behind a couple of rocks which prevents the 40 TP from shooting him. But that SU-100 now is coming for him, so he's going to have to either go around and try and get away. Oh, took another round from the 40 TP. Oh, and the SU-100 goes down, and he misses a round from the Hummel, who came down to try and shotgun him. Well, that's brave of the Hummel, it really is, but unfortunately the Hummel got hit in return because he was seen. Here's a 45 TP off to the west, and the other 40 TP's gone down, so now there are 3 Arty in the rear. He knows where the 45 TP is, and there's the Hummel. Yep, the Hummel's been found by the Leo, who's probably going to get that kill. And Bassman's going in, he's going to try and get killed. He fires around and gets the Hummel. There's the M44, puts a round into him for 159. He can get another shot. Oh, kill steal. But he takes out the GW Tiger P. That's the Pascucci's. And now there is only one enemy left. It's the 45 TP. The is that a tier 7 Polish heavy tank? I think it is. It's the only one left. And there he is. Oh, Bassman's coming around the corner. Can he get some shots in before he's killed? I think so. Yep, gets one in. Goes for another. Goes for the ammo rack. No, doesn't get it. 138. So he's got some reasonable damage there on the 45 TP, and it looks like his teammates are going to finish the 45 TP off. Yeah, they did. The Leo got him in the end. So they did it. They conquered the enemy in just under 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes. That was pretty good. And here's the end of battle result. It's an first-class tanker for the Bassman from Hell in the T92. He also picked up a spotter badge for spotting at least 1,000 hit points of damage. He spotted considerably more than that. He also got a Master Gunner for getting 5 armor-penetrating hits in a row, a Fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points of his own vehicle, and here's the good ones. He got a Pascucci's medal for killing off the GW Tiger and the Hummel. He also got a patrol duty for spotting at least 6 enemies and being the only one spotting them when they were hit by the enemy, by his team rather, not the enemy, and a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else, at least 6 tanks subsequently taken out by others. And that's always a very useful one to get because it shows that you've put in a team effort. So let's have a look at team score. Oh, before we go, win 8 of 5027. Again, Super Unicum standard. So we're looking at the team scores, and we can see that the highest damage was by Bassman from Hell. He managed to get 1,738 hit points of damage, but sadly he didn't pick up the high caliber for that. It couldn't have been 20% of the enemy hit points, and that's probably the reason why, because he didn't do any team damage during that battle. He also, after that came the Leo. He managed 1,526. Then with 45 TP, managed 1,386. When it came to kills, it was the Leo who managed to get the highest number. When he took out that 45 TP right at the end, he managed to get 3 kills. Bassman managed to get 2, so did a number of other players, including the FB207, and only one player on the enemy team, their M41 Walker Bulldog, managed to get 2 kills. And when it came to base XP, it was Bassman from Hell who managed to get the highest amount, 1,275, which is a huge amount more. It was nearly 50% more than the Leo, who managed to get 820, then the FB207 with 738. And I think the reason why that XP is so high is because Bassman from Hell was doing an awful lot of spotting for his team. He enabled them to do the damage that enabled them to get the XP, their XP in the first place. And by getting that, he got half of the XP off every shot they got. So he did as well as they did in actual firing, and then got extra XP on top because he was enabling them to do the damage. So let's have a look at detail report. Well, he only fired 15 rounds, but he got 14 direct hits, 12 penetrations. I think he fluffed 1 shot right at the start of the battle, which didn't hit target, and everything else was on target, but not all of them were penetrations. He did damage of 1,738 hit points, of which 147 were at more than 300 meters. He received 3 hits, all of them were penetrations, and the reason for that obviously is that the armor on the T92 is paper thin, and therefore anything that hits it tends to go through, but it does have a decent gun, so it can defend itself. It can nip around the battlefield quite quickly, but obviously you need to be aware of the enemy, because if they spot you and see you, they can damage you quite badly. He spotted 6 enemy vehicles. He damaged 8 of the enemy, that's more than half the enemy team, and killed 2 of them. He also did damage assistance, and this is the good bit, 4,210 hit points, and that's why his XP was so high. His base XP was through the roof because he collected so much damage assistance, and all he had to do was spot the enemy and let his team do the rest of it. So with a premium account, he earned 110,237 credits, massive amount. And after repair and ammunition resupply, and remember these shells are really cheap, he took away 102,357 credits from a 6.5 minute battle. That is phenomenal. That is a huge amount of credits for very little work indeed. But he did have to work for it in a sense, but very little work in time. He received 5 bonds. That's for getting the patrol duty, the Pascuccis, and the Confederate. And he also picked up 1,912 XP, as well as a mission completion reward of 7,652, and a bonus because this is a premium vehicle. So he took away 9,755 experience points from that one battle alone. So it was a big earner in the way of credits and a big earner in the way of XP. So and it took place in the morning as well. He said early morning shenanigans in the T92. So Bassman got up early and was just playing around. Either that or he was staying up late at night and playing around. I know I've had some pretty good battles at night myself. So congratulations, Bassman. Nice battle. So if you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel. And hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.